good?
I mean, I'm shaking my head because I told him before the play, I said, I'm going to throw it to you so we can get in field goal range. And he's underhand shoveled it across the entire field. So, I mean, it's like I'm talking to like Sterling. So that's Travis, man. He's a special player, and as long as he does it and it works, man, no one's going to say anything.
And one of the things that just sort of about the vibe, obviously you're locked in on the game itself, but were you cognizant in some way of how the fans were responding?
100%. I was trying not to be. I really wanted to focus on the game and then look after and maybe get like a scoreboard kind of shot of it. And they gave us a couple of those, but like you could feel that stuff was going good. And there was kind of a lull there, kind of I think towards the end of the game. And I was like, they're not showing it the score. The Yankees came back, but no, the Royals picked it up and got the win. And it was extremely exciting to see that. The fan base, because I mean, obviously we know that the fans at Arrowhead are going to be loud and ruckus and be really into the game. But I haven't got to experience that stadium in Kauffman, sold out playoffs and that stuff, and so it was cool to see that kind of combine.
Will you go Wednesday?
That's the plan. It's bye week, so Brittany's vacation and me getting to the Royals game will feud for sure.
What does it say about your team that through all these injuries, you've just found ways to win every single game so far and entering?
It's we've won different ways. I mean, at the end of the day, our defense is playing their tail off, and I think people are starting to come to realize that even more. And so even when we're getting these field goals, they're keeping us in these games. And so obviously offensively, we had a better day today, a lot of yards. Now it's about finding ways to finish with touchdowns in the red zone so we can make these leads bigger, faster, and then we can really let Spags be Spags. And I think if we can do that, we'll continue to get better and better as the year goes on.
You joked about vacation in the Royals, and how will you spend the next 6 days in relaxation, getting ready for the second half?
It's not going to be a lot of relaxation. It's going to be, one, I'm going to work on my own stuff. I have stuff I need to work out, and then I'll be home with my kids, so that's going to be a lot of running around in itself, and then hopefully get to go to at least one of the Royals games during this bye week. So it's going to be a lot of fun. We're not going anywhere like exotic or crazy, but it'll be good to kind of get some family time.
Patrick, you got to see some old friends on the defense there. I'm guessing you probably didn't have Colin Saunders get an interception on the bingo card. He was pretty chirpy out there, it looked like, throughout the game. Did he come up to you afterwards and say anything?
Yeah, we talked. He's I said if it had to be one person, the fact that it was Colin was probably the best person in the NFL that could have got an interception off me. It's just such a good guy, man. One of the best teammates I've ever had. Truly is. Just smile on his face every single day. And it really just loved not only football, but just the part of the locker room, which I think is really cool. And so I'm super happy for him that he had a good game and that he's done a good job of having his career go on. But yeah, it was cool seeing Willie. It was cool seeing Tyron. All those guys, man. It's cool to see those guys because they did so much for this organization, and now they're going off and doing stuff for others.
Kareem had mentioned during the week how important and how happy he'd be to score a touchdown. What does that mean to you, just being able to see him come full circle and get that done?
Yeah, no, it was extremely exciting. He deserved it. He's playing hard. And for someone that didn't have training camp to have that amount of carries and catches and not only that, the pass protection and being able to pick up blitzes. That's stuff that goes under the radar, and he's done a great job of that stuff. And so it's gonna be real tough whenever you get Pacheco back and you have Kareem, Pacheco, Steele, Cloud. Veach has done a great job of adding to that room, P-Run, and so we'll be able to run the football, and then hopefully the play action game gets even better.
Patrick, hey, you didn't really have to do this tonight, but you guys have won some games where, situational football, where you really had to make the right plays at the right time. And Coach Reed's talked about a lot about coaching. I want you to talk a little bit about that, how you guys seem to be making the right decisions.
Really focuses on them every single week. And so even when it gets tedious and stuff that you've talked about a lot, he makes sure to stay on top of that stuff, and all the coaches do. And then we've been in a lot of those experiences. Obviously there's new ones that come up, but guys are prepared and ready to go out there and execute whenever that time comes.
Last one, Sam. Patrick, just the opening of the game, frequently we're targeting tight ends. Was that part of the game plan, or was that just something you were seeing in real time?
Yeah, no, I mean, we have a lot of talented tight ends, so we want to make sure we get them on the football field, and so it was cool to get those guys out there. Jody coming back, getting a catch, but he's an athletic guy that can move, can stretch the field for the size that he is, and so when you're able to run the ball, those big sets, and then spread teams out, it's our advantage with the athletic tight ends that we have, and so it's going to be mixing and matching based off the teams that we're playing, but I think Coach Reed and the coaches are going to do a great job of it, and so we're going to utilize everybody on the entire team.
It was a great atmosphere for a football game, and the guys could feel that, and they rose up. I thought all three phases did a nice job tonight, starting with the O-line and D-line. They both put a lot of pressure on the quarterback end, took the pressure off the quarterback end. We ran the ball well, so my hat goes off to those guys. And then individually, there were some nice performances. Juju, it was great to get him going here. 7 catches for 130 yards. Kareem had 28 carries. He spent his bye week in a nice tub, but he's doing good for 102 yards and a TD. And then Kelce had, again, 9 catches for 70 yards, and Pat had a big day with, it was 28 for 39 for 331 yards. And then defensively, Cook with the big pick right there. That was a very impressive catch. And then, it led to points, so that's always a plus. And then Bolden with the 10 tackles. Tershon got a sack, which is great for him. And Watson, McDuffie gets a lot of the credit, and he's playing like an all-pro. And we just kind of take that for granted. But this Watson kid, man, he is playing his heart out and doing a great job for us. So at the other corner spot. And then Bucker was 4 for 5 on the field goal part. And then last, but not the least here, the Royals. My hat goes off to Matt for the job he did there with his crew, and they got their playoff win against a pretty good Yankee team. So impressive. All right, with that, time's yours.
Andy, I know you've seen Travis with him many times in practice and in games and stuff like that. Worked perfectly tonight. That's just kind of his nature, how it goes, and you guys are fine with him doing that, right?
Yeah, no, we do it every day, and he does a great job, with the decision to do that or not do it. If he doesn't do well with it, I tell him don't come back to the bench. So
we just talked to Samaje, and he was.
It has been a start few expected to see. Travis Kelce, one of the game's best tight ends, sits with just 69 yards receiving on 8 receptions through 3 games. While the Kansas City Chiefs have started 3-0, the offense hasn't looked quite like it usually does, leading to even more questions. But inside the organization, there is nothing but confidence that Kelce's production will improve as the season goes on, and when they need him, like last year in the playoffs, he'll be there. While certain statistics are down, other numbers, Kelce's MPH numbers, are positive. It's why the Chiefs can say clearly, he's not slowing down. Sources point to Kelce continuing to get extra attention from opposing defenses as to why his production has not been what it previously was. With Patrick Mahomes comfortable throwing to who is open. The fact that Rashee Rice, 24 catches, 288 yards, 2 TDs, has emerged as one of the NFL's best young receivers has led to limited touches for Kelce. If teams stop giving Kelce extra attention, if they stop doubling him, it's likely his numbers will improve. But until then, Mahomes and company are fine letting Rice and the rest feast. In fact, extra teaching at practice from Kelce has helped Rice run the kind of routes against zone coverage that made Kelce famous.